this is the one that you would prepare for.
Right. And also what's scary is for LCK, so when they played Eagle Eye against AG, and they're known for one of the best Eagle Eye teams in the West, if not the best one, and they get totally stomped. I mean, of course, it's still AG, still a Chinese team, second best one in China.
10-3 it was.
Yeah, 10-3, so, but still, I think they didn't seem to be that confident on this map, and at least Kungara could prepare a lot, because we'll watch the replays. Especially Lun's the coach for them, so they might have some counter strats going into this one.
Let's see whether or not that is the case. Eagle Eye, map 2 of the day, the final day of the group stage, and the final day of CFS for one of these two teams. At the moment, it's looking like it might be LCK, because they're down 0-1 in the series, but Eagle Eye, their map choice might just be enough to keep them alive.
Well, here we go. It's going to be up to Kungara to show us if they can do it outside of Mexico. LCK starting on the BL side, a little bit more favorable, I would say, for them in this situation. They are a strong BL team, and Flex, he gets the opening pick onto Michael already. Fighting here in B long, but Famous through the edge of the smoke, able to find one on Dane. Brando finds the double kill to Zane. Able to respond there at the last moment, but still, it's Kungara. They've done their job here.
I mean, they've got the C4 as well, and they've got two players covering it. I almost think at this point, Kais should just be booking it straight over to B and trying to hold this down with the lads. But he's going to lock it down on A, make sure that there is not going to be a chance of a flank. Now making a bit of a push. I just don't know about that. Anyway, we'll see how this one plays out. Mercs, I think at some point here probably does have to give up the C4, otherwise he's giving away another 2v1. Kungara, it started pretty well for them, but it's slipping away. I mean, I've got to be a bit critical of the way that they've played out this 3-on-2, because they've given away so many 1v1s, and now it's on to Mercs, who might still be in a position to clutch this one out, though he's kind of stuck behind the smoke, so Plant's going to go down, you'd say, pretty routinely here from LCK. It feels like a sloppy way to lose a round as Kungara, because it started so cleanly. Well done from Brando to get those 2 kills, getting aggressive, but how did this round get to this point? Kungara have to look at themselves and wonder.
Yeah, good positioning choices here as well from LCK. They've got the 2v1 set up to trade, and Dezane make sure they get it done. LCK do manage the opening round, but it's still a little bit sloppy, I would say, to get there. Most notably, Brando being able to get away with 2 kills, almost 3 in that forward position, is a bit dangerous.
I really felt like they kind of got given that round back, actually, by Kungara a little bit.
Right, yeah, 2 major mistakes, I feel like, first of all, Famous was overcommitting, from this bridge area, totally unnecessary to peek there, and also Kais, for some reason, he was not rotating, even though they got the C4 spotted in front of Hotel.
I can kind of understand why Kais doesn't want to move. Like, he's maybe still wondering, okay, if I move now, I don't know where these guys are. They could cut me off on the rotate, and then it's back to a 2v2. But you give it, 15, 20, 30 seconds, and at that point, then you start to move, because, I mean, in theory, at some point, LCK is going to have to go for the C4, and either you're going to get in behind them, or you're just going to be able to wrap around the back side of the map, which is probably pretty safe at that point, and link up with your teammates. But either way, Kungara right in again with a very aggressive push out from the B side that sort of works. 3 for 3 is the trade. C4 this time has been left well back in safety of the blacklist spawn for LCK, so no shenanigans similar to the previous round.
They've got to be careful, though. They're up against 2 OMs on the side of Kungara. Real, though, catches Kais off guard, but he can't connect the shots. Lion Claw, thankfully, there to make sure somebody can. And now they've got it narrowed down to the 2v1. Michael going to be pulling out that OM. It's something we were hoping to see from him in this series. You can see he's looking for the spot here. Misses the shot, though, onto Lore. Going to be planted. Lion Claw moves into position, just barely sneaking past that scope of Michael, but there's just no way he's going to get back in without noticing this player on the right. It's going to be Real, just hiding, waiting for the perfect moment, and he gets it. LCK, it's a 2-0 start, and I'm starting to believe in these guys a little bit more now.
I've got to bear in mind, it obviously is a blacklist-sided map, and that's where those, the first round in particular is, particularly painful for Kungara, because it just feels like those extra rounds on the GR side are worth their weight in gold, and you've really given up one of the good opportunities that you've had. And now after this start from LCK, you've really got to be wondering, how many of those opportunities are we actually going to get? Kais does well to get one, but ends up dying to the nade in response. It's still 2 for 2. The trades have been pretty even initially from Kungara, but ultimately in the late rounds is when things start to slip away from them. And again, it is Michael that's tasked with the clutch. He's between a rock and a hard place here. He has to take one of the fights, and it won't go his way. Blistering pace from LCK. They are really running through these rounds quite quickly. Might actually even be worth a timeout here for Kungara if they don't win the next round.
Yeah, quite unlucky for Kungara playing B for the first time with 4 guys. And LCK decided to go for this full A execute. Also the same with an instant headshot onto Kais. This was an insane shot.
Michael as well, struggling in this position on B long. He goes for the repeat, instantly taken down. Lionclaw finds the kill onto Mercs, and now they've got full control towards B again here. I mean, 4-on-3 situation. Brando, Famous, and Kais trying to kind of group up here in the midsection of the map, but they've left the A-bomb site wide open. That is a huge risk on this map. You can see they've sensed that error. They send Kais back in here with some support, but it's not going to matter for too long if they can't hang on to it. Brando goes down, but the trades are good. Kai's able to find one. Famous finds another Dane. Not going to hold on. Famous makes sure they're able to win this one in the 2-on-1.
It's a good stabilizing round. It was starting to get a bit out of hand for Kungara, and honestly, that round looked like it probably should have gone the way of LCK as well. Like, you've got 2 players caught in transition. Brando and Kai's trying to get back across to the site as LCK come charging up into A. Shots don't quite land though, and so Kungara are going to be able to squeak that round through.
It's an interesting start of round here. LCK wanted to contest towards B, noticed 2 players, and then immediately backs off here to play it safe and wait for that push out. I think for LCK though, their best bet might be a surprise attack on this A bomb site. They've had a lot of success keeping Kais pretty quiet so far in this head-to-head over on that side of the map. Michael as well, going to be playing alongside him. But LCK, they want that aggressive play to come their way. It's been pretty favorable for them so far to kind of just sit here and wait for Kungara to over-peak, but it seems they may have finally learned their lesson on the side of Kungara, not peeking out so much this time around.
Kungara leaving hotel area for the first time open here. Playing quite passive this round, so they expected an execute from LCK.
You can see Mercs here though. He thought about peeking into it. He's got the off angle. 2 players now stacked on the B bomb site. But Lionclaw, he does want to take this fight. They've got their whole team here now as well. It's going to be a tough hold for Kungara. 3-on-5 on this B bomb site.
Wow.
Dane gets the opener as well. Mercs getting a little bit too antsy on that one. Lionclaw finds another. Dane gets a second, and it's already down to the 5-on-2.
Well, what do you do here? Not much, unfortunately, if you're Michael and Kais, I'd say. Looked like the flash timing was pretty good for Kungara for that peak, but what a shot from Dane. Is there still something to be said, though? Kais and Michael are doing a lot of damage, but receiving a fair bit in response as well. Michael quite low. He's going to boost himself up into the window, try to find a different angle. Working his way out through the smoke, but Kais will fall, and Michael too. So there's one more for LCK. And they are putting together a pretty good start to Eagle Eye. There's no doubt about it.
For some reason, Mercs was overcommitting towards hotel, like B area. This was totally unnecessary. Because he got information that they're already in hotel. And there were like 3 players on B. I felt like they're the perfect setup to defend this bomb site B.
Yeah, playing a little bit too anxious here on the side of Kungara. This time, a lot more forward towards this B long position. 2 players in hotel trying to push them away. But again, LCK, they poke and prod for the information. They know 2 are there. They back off, start to go towards this A bomb site. This is where Kais has to show he can hang on. He's had so many issues holding on to this A bomb site. This time, He does manage the first kill here. Flex goes down as well. Kai's good for 2. The trade's finally coming through. Still a 3-on-2 situation, though, for Kungara as they start to rotate in. The smokes going to make it a little bit harder, but Dezane and Dane, this is a big chance to keep themselves out in an early lead.
Yep, Kungara got to make sure they space themselves a little bit better in this 3-on-2 than the previous that they had and allowed to kind of fall away. LCK are not trying to go too quickly. They're not trying to force that plant down. I don't mind that they're trying to look for an equalizing kill before they force the post plant, but in that meanwhile, it has given Kungara a little bit of time actually to set themselves up, have a bit of a look around the map, rotate across.
Look at the rotation.
It's very strange, isn't it?
Mercs and Brand are still in hotel.
They're going B. Oh, no.
Why?
Yeah, they definitely made the wrong call here, and they realized it a little bit too late, I think. Now they all are forced into mid-connector, and Dezane, he spotted them out, but Dane, he's got to hit the shots all by himself here. Gets caught at the worst moment. Kungara, they're still able to steal this one away, but a bit sloppy to the finish line.
That's better, though. Definitely better. Slow and steady wins the race, I think, in this first half for Kungara, as long as they can put together maybe 3, 4. You know, let's not ask for a huge half from them. As long as you can keep the scoreboard ticking over, that's really all you need to do. It's the second half where Kungara is going to have to win this map. And it's really just about kind of setting themselves up in a solid position to do that from.
Mercs, though, a shotgun.
Yep.
Questionable. Not sure where he's going to be playing with that. It looks like he's just playing
Hotel.
The initial corner on Hotel. It's not the worst place in the world to have it, but it makes you wonder if he's just trying to do something surprising because he's not feeling comfortable with a rifle in his hands here, so.
Yeah, maybe. He looked all right last map, but he's not, you know, underperforming here. He's just trying to change things up, and this time Famous doing the same. Goes for the re-peek and bites off a little more than he could shoot. Ends up being a 1-for-1.
Yeah, LCK doing a good job of kind of baiting these players into 1-for-1 at best situations for Kungara, and I almost wish they would play aggressive just a little bit more together on it because it has worked for them.
Ooh.
But Mercs, he's able to find one. The shotgun play, not going to work for too much longer though. Dezane trades it down. Brando, he's kind of stuck here. He's taken out by Dane, and now they can kind of rethink their approach on the LCK side of things. They've got full map control here towards the B hotel. There's only one player holding on to this B bomb site. It's actually 2 now, as Kai's has snuck in to hold the cross. They're assuming it is going to be a push onto the B bomb site, but the problem with Kai's in this position is if they go mid or A, he's going to have to take on these players in a likely 2-on-1 situation, maybe even a 3-on-1 depending on where they go from, but LCK, they are doubling back towards this B bomb site, but Michael, why is he peeking this? There's no need to peek that alone. Almost goes down for it, but he's able to get out alive.
I mean, they're down 2-on-3, so he needs to try to find some information to at least ensure that Kai's going to be able to help him out there. And in the end, it looks like he might actually be in a position to do something, though Michael can't get himself one. If he gets one before he goes down there, it's a different story here. It feels really winnable for Kai's. Now, though, in the 1-on-2, bit of a job to do. Cheeky one through the smoke. He can't see Dezane. Oh! Yes, he does. Spots the head, but loses his own. It was so close for Kai's. How many of these rounds of Kungara only just lost? I feel like you could at least give 2 more to Kungara here, down to, you know, either a bit of a silly play in that first round, this close 1v1 here.
I mean, a lot of just simple mistakes on the Kungara side of things. They have the right idea in a lot of these situations. The execution just a little bit lacking here, though. Michael misses a key shot. Mercs on the other side has already taken down Reels, so a good hold already from Kungara. 4-on-3. Lion Claw still poking around towards this B bomb site. There's only Michael to defend it.
Yeah. Well, this would be the round to get to at least the pass score in my mind. I think you need at least 3 here to remain competitive. Dane able to get Kai's, and he looks dangerous for another one as well. How about that? It's straight back into the favor of Kungara, or rather to the favor of LCK and Kungara. They have to be disappointed with this half. There's been no shortage of opportunities, but it seems like they're going to let way too many of them slip, and with that, very much their chances of 2-0ing this are going to slip by the wayside unless Brando can do something about it. Flash in front of him. He's still got time here. Zane in the 1v1, losing a bit of HP. And Brando looking for the shots, not landing enough yet, but will convert in the end and keeps it in check for Kungara. It shouldn't have had to have come down to that, but you do have to give him a bit of a fist bump and say well played, because that's a big round for Kungara to keep themselves in the race.
Yeah, great clutch from Brando here. Kind of surprised me that Desane was overcommitting. I felt like for 1 second he could play even time in this round.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's Blacklist-sided Eagle Eye. So if Kungara gets this last round on the board, it's totally doable here to start a comeback.
Absolutely.
It's going to be, again, early pressure towards this B-long position. This time, though, Flex trying to get in even faster. Sneaks behind to grab Brando from the bridge. Mercs able to again take down Lionclaw with the shotgun in hand. Dane going to be spotted out as well. Famous takes down Real in mid. And again, they're holding these numbers quite well here in these final couple of rounds. You can see Flex is hungry to find this kill, and he's going to get it. Desane able to find one. Mercs, he's kind of just trapped here now. Oh. Gets the shots, but is he going to be aware of Desane? It doesn't matter. Mercs gets a 3K on the round, and Famous gets the job done.
What on earth was that round? There was like players in front of, behind of, like you're in the sandwich and you're still, I mean, the ham's fighting the bread and the bread's losing. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. But anyway, 5-4. I hope that analogy hit hard. I feel like it didn't, but it's all good. Don't worry about it. We'll move on.
And Merxy playing CFS for the first time and stepping up an insane free-piece. Especially the second frag onto Dane towards B connector was terrific. Cold one click. I love to see it.
Oh, good trade from Mercs. Definitely needed to get that one. Brando going down for free would not have been ideal. Famous is also putting in work elsewhere on the map. Feels like the pressure's right back on LCK now.
Yeah, 5 rounds, not enough to feel safe on this map. And now they're already into a 3-on-4. It is going to be Flex, though, playing a little bit more forward with that Om in hand. Looking for something towards B long. Kungara set to execute out of mid. You can see the push starting to come through. Mercs already working his way up. Flex has to hit these shots on the cross. Able to find one onto Mercs. Make it a double kill, and he gets away untraded. That is huge for LCK.
Yeah, not ideal at all for Kungara. They're going to try and hunt him down by the looks of things. I think you almost need to do that before you get the C4 down here. Famous on the timing does catch him off guard. So right back into the 2-on-2. And still not even gambling on the plant yet. Famous going to get caught from behind now as well. And Kais has a decision to make, which bomb site to go toward.
It's a tough call here. I don't think he's aware that Dane is just casually holding on to this A bomb site from the windows, though. I really wouldn't be too prepared for that either in this situation. Dane, he's not peeking it as well, which is actually very, very helpful for him. He can stall the clock and have a good chance to kill him on the plant. Real could be running into trouble here soon. Kais, he's got to spot him eventually, but Real gets the jump on him, takes him down, and it's a 6-4 lead for LCK.
Leg shot. Unfortunate for Kais. I like the way that he played that, though. You know, he's utilizing his time. No, it doesn't go his way. This was great, though, from Mercs. Huge, huge round. Big smiles. Smiles all round. But what looked like a good start to the half hasn't actually quite gone that way for Kungara. Turns a bit pear-shaped. So back into the mines for another shift. Got to put in some work here.
Yeah, you can see Lionclaw trying to bait out this first shot onto Mercs. Spots his feet. Can't quite get it done, though. Mercs getting out of there with 5 HP. Desane, unfortunately, going down as well. Kind of equalizes things in this situation. Lionclaw, he kind of just has to back off, play a little bit safer for these kills. You can see Kungara starting to push through. Flex able to find one on the smoke. Takes him down. Mercs still low, but it is going to be Lionclaw who has to step up. Finds himself the first kill from underneath. He does have a player very close behind him. Does he know Kais is already working his way in quite quickly to go for the solo challenge? It's already across from Kais as well. And finally, Lion Claw is going to spot the head of him. Neither player connects on the shots. Lion Claw goes down, though, on the repeak. And now Kungara have this sight. Dane as well has no idea Brando's coming up behind him. And it's all on to Real for the round.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate one for LCK. Flex having a much better game, though. Wonder if that'll be enough for LCK. Real's going to try to pick this one up, 1-on-3. If he does it, you'll hear a lot of noise. I can assure you of that. He's already been able to find Brando, but no more than that. And Kungara have another. Deficit is back to 1.
Yeah, this match looks kind of similar to the match from yesterday, right? Freebiel against Magda, when Freebiel only performed when they were basically back against the wall. And same goes for LCK, I feel like. And I think slowly the momentum shifting towards Kungara.
I agree. It feels like it's going that way.
It's going to be a fast execution here, though. They're already on the A-bomb site. Real, he's holding it down. Mercs tries to sneak up and kind of just falls apart here for Kungara. Nobody's staying alive on their side of the field. It's basically a team ace at this point, and you can hear it from Real there for sure.
That, I don't know what happened there for Kungara, but I can only imagine some big whiffs. Because to have that many players just charging into a site and pretty much no one going down, like someone's just missed their shots.
Yeah, the big difference here you can see from LCK is everybody
He's entry fragging
across the board. But
with a
shotgun.
What is this guy doing? He's just fearless with it. I'm surprised he even gets one. The trade will come through from Flex. But Mercs, I'm liking the plays he's making. He's showing that he's not really afraid of this team. Just goes in, charges them in Flex. He is ready for some payback with this shotgun in hand. Has to reload it, backs off here, but I actually like this play. It could be a chance to catch them off guard. He just can't over-peak here because there are 3 players on the other side of it. But look at Zane, catches Brando off guard, gets the entry, and now it's a 4-on-3. But Kai's, what is that shot to answer back? Takes down Zane, and now they've equalized perfectly.
Every single one of these rounds feels like they're really hanging on a knife's edge. 3-on-3 again. The initial trades just they're just so even. Never a clean entry into the side, it feels. Here we go again. Flex has swapped back over to the AK to try to challenge this time around, and it's a good thing too because he's hitting the shots there on the Kais. But exactly as I say, clean trades. Find ourselves now at a 2-on-2. The numbers whittling down. Real's pushed across quite quickly, but he has completely cooked the timing there. He really thought that Kungara had gone way faster than they did and gives up a freebie. So now it's on to Dane again to try to clutch it out. And he's been pretty good on this map, 11-7. Almost not worth challenging this if you're Kungara. You could go back over to the other side, but they decided to commit. And now they've got the info as to where Dane is as well. Nade into his face, a little bit more chip damage. Famous putting the bomb on the floor. Michael wants to take the challenge, but it's Famous who hits the shot in the end, and another important one for Kungara.
Yeah, that was a miscommunication for sure, because Real thought for some reason that Famous and Michael already crossed this hotel area. Not sure what the call out was from Flex in the situation.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay for sure, and now they've paid the price, but Flex takes down Kais right away at the start of this round. Really improving himself in this second map. 14 kills compared to, I believe, 3 in map number 1. So definitely a huge step up to keep his team in this fight. Dane as well, holding his own in the 1v1 duels. The double arms working quite nicely for LCK here. But again, when you've got someone like Famous alive, you've got to be careful where he might go. Honestly, Mercs as well, equally impactful on the entries in this map.
Kungara playing very patiently this time around. And LCK also not really up to a whole lot. But this util that's getting tossed in should start to give the game away a little bit. Kungara are creeping their way toward B. It is arguably the correct choice, given there's only a couple of players on that side of the map, and really no one actually on the site itself. trouble is going to be getting past Flex has been a bit difficult on this map. So if he comes back across with that Orm, you can almost bet that Kungara is going to lose at least one on the entry.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get out of mid here as well with Real holding that cross onto Michael's position. The bomb also is in the hands of one of these mid players, so the bomb might not even make it to the site, even if Kungara win this 2-on-2 for the back of the B bomb site. And this is where I think they may have made an error, leaving it on the hands of that last player, who does still manage to sneak across, but Lionclaw going to be one and done from this position. Brando, though, goes down with the C4 on the top of the mid staircase. And now Mercs and Famous, they have to fight back for it. Dezane able to spot and take down Mercs. Famous now left alone in a 1v3, but he sneaks into position and he catches the barrel of Dezane. He knows at least one player's in this GR spawn, but he only has 10 seconds to plant the bomb. Surely there's no way he gets this done. Real takes him down, and it's a 2-round lead.
I don't understand why Brando was carrying the bomb. Like,
no.
Famous should have been the bomb carrier in this round, because it's quite dangerous if you're lurking from mid towards B and you lose the bomb in front of GR base. Especially the time was ticking, I think 20 seconds left on the clock. So this was a misplay from Kungara in this round.
Definitely hasn't been the cleanest of maps from Kungara. And that actually might be their undoing, right? We're getting quite close to the pointy end of things. 6-8 the scoreline. If this ends up maybe 10-8, 10-7, kind of feels like it's headed in that direction. Kungara can look back at it and say, well, that was a very winnable map, but we made a few too many mistakes. Still, they're fighting for it. They have the advantage in this round, but for how long? Because Flex is there, and he is just hitting everything. He is really working hard to make amends for the last map.
Yeah, Dezane just kind of backing off here. They know they down the C4 towards this B bomb site. Dane gonna rotate over for the support. Real, this is the key position though. I almost wish he would go for a flank here from that A position. He's got the timing to do it. But again, Dane on the cross. What is he gonna hit here from this off angle? It's such a hard shot to hit. He's not gonna go for the repeat either. Famous sneaks across. Kai's taking a lot of chip damage here, has to be careful, but Famous, he's already found himself one. Dane backs off to wait for the support of Real, who is still on the A bomb site. I'm not sure when Real is actually going to rotate here, but it seems like a little bit too late.
You'd have to say so, though the C4 hasn't been gone down yet. Eventually it'll get planted, and so we are into the time working against LCK. Obviously, Real will take his time to come back across, which is fine. I wonder what Michael's up to. Is he keen on a big old wrap around the back? Doesn't look like it. Just clearing out the hotel, which is fair enough. Good information in itself. Kais gets one to start things off. Good beginning and good ending for Kungara to the post plant. 2-on-2. And I don't know about you guys, but it really feels to me like this entire half has just been one round exchanged in either direction, back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like either team is really confident in what they're doing here. A lot of scrappy fights, and even at the start of round, you can see these exchanges really going both ways. LCK still has a slight advantage in this one. I think they are playing it a little bit safer a lot of the time as well. Almost too safe, though, in some of these rotations, but Flex being on 17 is really what you like to see if you're LCK in this circumstance. He's stepped it up big time on this second map, and if he can keep getting these early picks, LCK is in a good spot to push this towards a map 3. And again, Flex gets the opener. Mercs goes down. They can back off, full reset here, and not have to worry about it. They've got the numbers, but this is where the rotations have to be a little bit smoother for LCK. This has been their biggest losing point, is that their rotations seem a little bit late and a little bit individual.
Oh, Kai's very nearly found the timing there, actually, but now going to have a bit more of a job to do as he starts to clear the angles out. He's been able to cross over to the stairs. Still waiting for that rotation to come across from LCK. Kungara are being given absolutely nothing right now. LCK do not want to give up this numbers advantage, though. The push from Real. He might run into Michael, who's holding down the flank. Oh, I think he spotted the barrel.
Yeah, he definitely did there.
But also fired a shot, so Michael will be aware of his position as well. And Famous just taps 2 heads away. Goodbye, Flex. Goodbye, Dezane. And hello, Kungara potentially getting their 8th to equalize. That is a nutty couple of frags, and he wants more. You can tell Famous is feeling it, and the push is coming through from LCK, but you do not get past Famous. Kai's in there as well to help out. It's a 3-on-1 now for Dane, and how quickly the round can turn on its head when you don't have a head. That's because Famous is banging them off. And look at that. What a finish. What a fantastic round from Famous. Take a bow.
Insane 4-piece of Famous. Like, to be fair, this 2K, like, I've never seen this angle before.
Yeah, very
like,
clean.
What was that? But, like, 2 bullets, 2 headshots. Famous on 21 kills.
Bang, bang.
You can tell he's ready for that 2-0. They've got a chance to find it, but they still have to worry about Flex in these early round situations. I feel like he is still finding that value for them, but Famous, he's also on another level here. It's going to be a really difficult game to close out for either team. And honestly, at this point, I'm kind of expecting overtime.
Yeah, definitely. Hard to make an argument one way or the other, right? Especially because every single one of these rounds, like I said earlier, it feels like they're really hanging on a knife's edge. What a shot from Flex. And then this. Whoa. I mean, even the follow-up from Famous as well. These last 2 frags were pretty good too.
Yeah, coming out of this timeout, I am curious to see what LCK might change here. I'm guessing Flex is still going to be comfortably positioning himself towards that B-bomb site. He's really just winning the majority of the duels on that side of the map. But they have to be careful with how they rotate here. It's a little bit sloppy, especially on these retake angles towards the B-bomb site. They haven't really had any successful retakes aside from, I believe, 1 on the B-bomb site. So I hope they play a little bit more assertive in this round towards that B hotel position.
It's definitely going to be a mind game, though, for Kungara, because they haven't really gone A at all in this second half. So now after the timeout, you're thinking, well, do we change things up and push over to A? But you're also thinking, well, what if they've changed things up and stacked A again? I mean, in this case, Lionclaw is going to go down trying to push into the hotel to Kai's. So as opposed to Flex being the one to open the account, this time it is the sniper of Kungara, which is definitely bad news for LCK, because even when they've had the numbers advantage, a lot of these rounds have actually gone the way of Kungara. Now they've got the numbers disadvantage. I mean, really, it is just Flex holding B, and Kungara have pretty much every round gone B, so you're asking a lot of Flex again.
Yeah, Flex on this position. He has to find at least 2 to secure this round. You can see Kungara, they don't really want to pressure him too much. Instead, putting their attention on towards the middle of this map. Wouldn't be surprised to see a full A execution coming out of this one. LCK, they've got 3 players here to try and hold it down, though. Dezane, good for 1, gets the double kill. Dezane holds on nicely. The rotation comes through from Real, but Michael sneaks underneath with a double kill, and now this is a winnable round here. Dane, still alive on the top of site, takes down Michael, and now he has to hang on to this position. The rotation, though, is already coming through. Do they know Flex is in the spawn position? They definitely do now.
What a mess.
He's spotted out by Famous, who's going to try and get the wraparound onto Dane. But again, Dane, they haven't spotted him out just yet. It's going to be Dane who gets the first kill onto Kai's. That is huge. Now it's a 1-on-2, but it is Famous in this situation. If anyone could pull this off, it's certainly Famous here, but Flex, he's nowhere to be seen here. He's hanging out in the B hotel while all this is going down.
Yeah, Dane wants to take the fight. Famous will win it, though, and where is Flex?
He's sniping from hotel area towards A side.
Yeah, I get it, but like...
He should have helped Dane in the situation,
I think
for sure.
you've got to move at that point. You know, it's like... I mean, look, this may still pay off, because Famous is actually going back over toward A. Flex, will he be rewarded for his patience? It's ended up being a 1v1. Surely not! No way!
Insane.
I mean, look, I can't blame Famous for not... You can't assume he's going to still be sitting there, you know? That's ridiculous. Like, he's just like you know, we're playing checkers and he's playing chess at that point. He's got the galaxy brain going on, because that just looks like a massive throw when you're not playing the 2v1, and then he just sits and sits and sits and waits and says, don't worry, I got it. And this might actually be LCK to close the map out. A 2-for-2 trade in the end, though. I don't know, Kungara, they're still in it, but they've got to make it to OT if they want to keep this 2-0 dream alive.
Yeah, Lion Claw, so key in this position in the B Hotel. He has to hang on to it for at least a kill before going down. But Kungara, they're getting a little bit nervous here.
Yeah, definitely.
Doubling back into mid. You can see Kais wants to take this fight. Lion Claw, if he's a little bit too aggressive here, it could hurt. But look at Real, he tries to sneak in. Brando shuts it down. And now the overtime looking very doable here for Kungara. Dane left in a 1-on-3. The smoke's going to come down across the map to try and stall this B push. But it could already be too little too late at this point. Kungara, they've already taken full control over the B bomb site. Dane, he's going to have to fight them all from a distance here. Spots Kais, can't connect on this shot, and now they know exactly where he is. The flash comes through, the flank as well, in position from Michael, but Dane, is he ready for it? No, he's not. The jumping tap gets it done, and it's overtime on the horizon.
This series is insane. I mean, really, it's just this map. Like, this map is insane.
I feel like there's one tendency. The team which gets the first frag usually loses the round, right? It's everyone the same thing.
Shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know what it's like necessarily from a statistics perspective, but my sort of gut feeling is like, if you get the first kill of the round, you should probably be winning that round 70 to 80% of the time, converting that round. But yeah, this map, it's been almost probably sub 50, it feels like. And I don't know about you guys, but this map, it feels to me like the most competitive map that we've actually seen at the event so far. Like, we've had others that have gone to OT, but this, even the way the rounds have been playing out, it's almost never a clean, you know, 4-on-1 or something like that. It's almost always coming down to the 2-on-2, the 3-on-2, like a 1-on-2, these kinds of things. Very, very clutch map, very, very close map. Scoreline represents where we're at, and we're into OT. LCK starting off on the blacklist side. Kungara getting another crack on Global Risk. And Famous goes down early. It's a ballsy cross, really, isn't it? And he does get punished for it. So now it's on to Kais to try to hold on to the site. He'll fall. Brando's in there for 2 from the flank, but he's not able to find the C4. So it's still advantageous for LCK.
Yeah, they've got the positions to lock this down here. The utility going to make it that much harder to break through. Dane finds a second in the round on to Brando, and it's up to Mercs. The new player on this team coming into CFS needs a 1v3 to make it happen. He's already been spotted out as well. Flex from the top, going to peek with Lion Claw to take him down. And honestly, that's just a clean round. But this is where I think Famous has to keep himself alive longer. They almost need him as that clutch player. And if he's peeking too early, giving up those advantages, it could be everything they miss here.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. But again, on the same token, like, if he doesn't take one of the early fights and a couple of his teammates go down, you're putting him in like a 3v5. It's like, well, I don't know, you'd be sort of critical in the sense that, oh, he should be getting involved in these rounds earlier. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't when you're the guy that's 24-14. And this time, he will be able to get himself into the conversation early, but for the right reasons. And Kais, well, he's got a bit of work to do here as well. There's players headed in his direction. He's been good from underneath the site and does well again. Oh, Kais steps up for 3. Dane, the last man standing. They'll know, or at least assume, that he's on A-long. Kais wants to be the hero and push this one. He's got the backup, actually, of Famous, who did fall behind him, but Kais, clean round, and Kungara are able to hold on for at least 1 on their GR side, which I guess at the end of the day, you'd say is probably the pass score in the OT. If you get 2, then you've done well.
Right. Also, Flex doing a crucial mistake, not checking the positioning behind the stores, because this is usually one of the positions you should always check. Famous got this entry frag.
Oh, faster hold on B-long this time from Kungara has worked out. Now worrisome signs for LCK. If you go down 2 here, then you're in a problematic scenario. Merc's going to jump out the window to drop the C4. He keeps going forward and spots Lionclaw as well. Will lose his life for all that, but it's information, and now you have to wonder whether you expect another player here in the hotel as Lionclaw. Brando could really make a big timing push here, and he's looking for it, but he'll lose his head, and now it's down to just Kai's. LCK are salvaging the situation 1 kill at a time.
Yeah, positionally now as well. There's not a ton Kai's can do here. There is an angle where he can maybe fight them if they go to the top of the B-bomb site, but you've got to think at this point they'll take a pretty safe approach here, going up the B bridge, checking those corners. They know what they're up against in this situation. It's almost better for them, I think, to plant this for the GR spawn and leave one of these guys in here for that post plant, knowing they're up against an in this 2-on-1. And you can see this could be a crucial mistake. They're going to push through right into this. But Kai's, the timing, he misses the shot now. They try to get out, but Real, he's taken down on the corner. Now it's on to Lionclaw. 1 versus 1, and Kai's could do it again here for Kungara. The 1v1 to try and clutch. You can see he spots him over the top. Lionclaw has to run away here, but Kai's, he can try and bait it out. He gets it done. Kai's 1 versus 2, and Kungara, they take the half.
But why are they going A side? I don't get it. B side was completely open. GR base was clear. Like,
who made that call? Whoever made that call, they're in trouble.
Didn't make sense at all. But also great clutch from Kai's, no doubt.
Yeah, just hitting his shots, you know. Easier said than done.
It's overtime, such an important round, and you just basically give Kungara this round for free.
Well, neither team has been perfect on this map, I think is fair to say. Mitigating the mistakes is the name of the game right now. And for Kungara, they have the lead, they have the advantage. They've got every possibility here, given that they're on the blacklist side now, not only for the second half of OT, but for the golden round as well, if it should come to that.
Yeah, the big thing to worry about here is going to be Flex on this B-long position. He was really solid in the regulation, but not so sure this off angle is going to work out for him. He's playing this corner, and Kai's seems to know somebody should be here. But will he fully push up to check? Flex, he's tucked away, goes for that late peek. And again, a close one there from Kai's, takes him down to 20 HP, but he's still alive with that
Yeah, and I think you can sort of bet your bottom dollar that Flex, if he's still alive, he's going to be a good chance of at least getting a kill, because he's been so sharp. Across the board, LCK are contributing pretty well. Lionclaw a little bit isolated here. A smoke in the face of Dezane at the moment, and actually Kungara are going to use that smoke to push their way forward. Going to contest into Flex again. You've got to be scared about that. Wall bang spam from Brando. Not going to work out. Good trade, though, from Mercs, but they've still got to clear out Hotel. They've got to be reminiscent of the fact that it is dirty, and they're really not thinking about that. So Lionclaw will find his timing, only to be brought back down by Famous. Rounds are still playing out the same way as they did in regulation. Trades back and forth, 1 for 1 for 1 for 1. And we're in a 3-on-3.
Yeah, I'd love to see this A player go for something a little bit more aggressive, though. Maybe a flank, maybe something. But Michael, he's going to be in mid, doesn't matter. Dane, but look at Flex, gets the follow through. Michael, will they know he's coming up?
No
yes,
way.
They will. Flex, what a shot to take him down. And now it's a 2-on-1. However, Famous, he is the one alive in this situation, and he's going to be able to plant this bomb for free.
Yeah, fast plan as well is actually going to put that pressure back on LCK. They are miles away from this site, and it's going to give Famous a lot of time to change up his position, play from an unorthodox post plan. In the 2-on-1 now.
Yeah, Real has to be careful. Gets spotted out. Somehow he's still alive, and they know exactly where he's coming from. But Flex gets into position. It's a little bit too late, but Flex, he's already on the bomb. Famous has to commit to this fight. He gets it! Oh my goodness! 1 versus 2.
He's so sharp! Yeah, and I reckon now's definitely the time you start throwing shade, because LCK have been screaming across the stage all game. And only now at the 11th hour, where it almost looks like it is over the line for Kungara, do we hear something back in the other direction. What a clutch from Famous, and what a crispy shot. Man, he has been on point in this map.
Look at the stats, 25 headshots out of
He's got a 30
29
bomb.
kills.
29 kills.
This guy's insane.
He is cracked, that's for sure. It's not over yet, though. Not over yet. Forward hold from LCK.
Yeah, Lionclaw, though, taking a big risk playing here, but they're not going to check it. This is actually massive if he can follow up with the kills. Get the double, gets the triple kill! Kai is now left alone. 1 versus 3. It's gone completely wrong for Kungara in this one. And Kai's, he needs nothing short of a miracle.
I mean, look, I don't think it's going to happen. 12 to 11. We'll take another breath. It's not over yet. It is still not over. Can LCK do it? They'd have to win another 2 more in a row. Huge straight down from Lionclaw. I think you can kind of shrug that one off, though, if you're Kungara. You know, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even really down to anything. We just didn't check our corners. It happens. Let's get back into the next one. Try not to worry about it.
Yeah, now they've got to find an answer to this B-long control play. I feel like between Flex and Lionclaw, they've offered a lot here for LCK.
Yeah.
To make sure they can block this spot. And now Kungara has to think, do we want to go back to the A bomb site? They only ran it once in regulation, but when they did, they lost all 5 of their players, only getting 1 in exchange. And that is where LCK know they have that weak point here on this map. Their A executions are fairly sloppy when they go in for them, and it almost forces Kungara to feel like they have to commit towards these B plays.
WinCon really feels like for Kungara, get the bomb down on B. Because when that happens, they seem to win the round. But it's either getting to B that's the problem, or choosing to go A that is the problem. If they get it down, even if it's a 1-on-2 clutch or something like that, they seem to convert.
Yeah, we can see the control play coming in onto Hotel from Kungara. I'm surprised LCK haven't sent a player over from these 3-on-A to help out.
Ooh.
We are going to see finally Desane starting to rotate through, but Lionclaw playing a little bit more forward. I actually like this positional change from him. Playing on this top stairs spot could pay off, but Flex, he wants these fights so badly, almost goes down for it, but look at Lionclaw here. Gets the kill for free onto Mercs, and now Kungara, they are stuck in a corner here. There's almost no way out of this situation unless Famous can find a way to frag out from the bridge. We've seen him do it several times already in this matchup, but they are running out of time to make a move, and now LCK have a full 3-stack on the bomb site.
Smoke's going to go over the top. Kungara just going to have to hit their entries. It is still 3-on-4 for the entry onto the site. Flex, Lionclaw, Desane trying to hold it down, but they're not doing enough. It's back to the 2-on-2. Kais is still alive, and he's fragging out as well. If Michael can even get one, it might just seal the deal for Kungara, but getting that plant down is going to be tough. LCK rotated across so fast. Michael holds on to it, knew what he needed to do, and now it's just Real who will try to keep the dream alive at Crossfire Stars 2023 for LCK. He's swinging, he's been spotted, he's not finding frags, and now he's done. It's 13 to 11, and Kungara will knock out